Okay.
Hello. Hi, beautiful people. My name is Connie Siakpere. Welcome to the Agile Team Health podcast, where we talk about Agile team issues. I'm a Scrum Master, people-centric Scrum Master with experience of 5 to 6 years. As a Scrum Master, I live over in the UK. What about you, Dan?
So, hello people. My name is Ceillan. I'm from Argentina. I live in Germany and I was working in agile teams since more than 15 years. I love to learn and love to help people to learn. And I'm happy to be here to share some of my experience.
Thanks, Dan. Okay, so today we explore ways for Scrum Masters to create an inclusive, supportive, and productive work environment. But in today's episode, particularly, we're talking about how we can help our team members who faces strong challenges, specifically our Ukrainian colleagues during this difficult time. So join us as we discuss how to provide support and adapt our practices to help them thrive. Now, Dan, I've got a quick question, and I'm going to start with you in regards to this question. Now, the question I have is, how do Scrum Masters even acknowledge this type of situation with the team?
Okay, I like the word acknowledging
Mhm.
because the first thing we need to understand is that when we positionate ourselves as team helper, then we can fall into the trap to feel ourselves like superheroes and that we are there to rescue them and to save them from the pit of desperation. And this is not really our role. Our role is more like a coach. It's more a coach role. Even many people don't acknowledge that, but um, so what I like about the word acknowledging is that it includes awareness. So when the Scrum Master is aware of a situation, that helps systemically the team to be aware of also of that situation.
Yeah. So obviously, as a Scrum Master, obviously acknowledging the situation, what
Mhm.
steps would you take when just imagine yourself being a Scrum Master? I know you're an Agile coach now, but as a Scrum Master, what step would you take to acknowledge the situation with the team? What
Mhm.
steps would you take to acknowledge the situation in Ukraine and its impact on your team members? Like, what would you do?
Okay, so you are asking what do you do that goes into the doing area.
Yeah.
So about doing area, the first thing a Scrum Master need to be aware is what's the state of relation with the team members. So whatever is possible to do together as a team or as a coach and team, it depends on the relation. So if the relation is deep and healthy, it will allow you to go deeper in the support. If there is still no relation, you are new to the team, I
Mm-hmm.
will rather go slowly and as
Mm-hmm.
long as the people allow you to go. So
Yeah.
I will not feel entitled that as being the
Yeah.
Scrum Master, I have the right to rescue you or help you.
Yeah.
I will try to work on creating the environment first where people can feel safe and authentic. This would be my first
100%.
approach.
Yeah.
Make sense for you?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I would also think about, being informed about the crisis and understanding its implications, like, for example, like, I've looked after teams where we had Ukrainian devs in Ukraine, right? And obviously, after I've made them feel safe, I've done my one-to-one sessions with them. They're comfortable with me. After they're now in a psychological safe environment where they feel really safe with me. I was always making sure I've been informed in whatever is happening within that country. So when they had airstrikes, I would be aware, I'll be on alert, and the first thing I would be doing is communicating with the team members who are in Ukraine, finding out if they're safe, number one. Number two, do you have enough internet? Because obviously when the airstrikes actually impacts them, it tends to cut out the internet, to cut out the light within the area. So they're having to go to other family members to actually work from there. So, ensuring that as a Scrum Master, I'm getting that information, but also letting the team know that, okay, your colleague in Ukraine is facing this situation. So in case you need anything from him, he may not be available. Obviously, he's letting the team know, but it's just that awareness amongst the team, because not everyone within the team was working in Ukraine. We had people working here in the UK, people working in India. So, when there's any issues, most of the time, just letting the team know that you can't reach this person at a certain time because there's an issue in that country right now, like the airstrike has just gone. That has really helped me as a Scrum Master. It's also helped the team as well, because they're just aware on what's going on. So whatever they need to do, they're going to find other ways to get work done without having to involve the people that are in Ukraine.
Exactly. I think one of the characteristics that can represent a really experienced and advanced Scrum Master is to be curious about what's going on, to not fall into prejudgment that if someone is not arriving to a meeting, or if someone is coming late, or if someone is not able to close the tasks, to not fall into prejudgment about that behavior and try to research what's going on behind that situation. So, because we never know what is affecting the developer or the team member, and why the team member can maybe losing some steps in terms of processes. And then we need to know what's going on. So we should always have a presumption of innocence and presumption of good intentions, not to bad judgments if someone don't fulfill our expectations. This curiosity is the driver that can help a Scrum Master to find out the evidence and the underlying truth. And that's this truth will be the power. This is your power to help people, is to know what's going on. And you will know what's going on by listening. And then comes the listening skills as a main skill.
100%.
There is nothing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I've got another question.
Yeah.
How do you think Scrum Masters can build a supportive environment for the team members?
I would say be the Scrum Master you want to see on others. So it's like try to be for others what you want to
Yeah.
receive from others. Focus on a mirroring principle. So how you would like to be treated? You would like
Exactly.
to be supported.
Yeah.
And then you can put your own style on the thing. So you can have your style,
Yeah.
but be honest and have integrity. These are the main core values to be a Scrum Master.
Yeah. 100%. I totally agree with you. I believe a supportive working environment can help team members feel valued and better equipped to manage any challenges that happens within the team. And obviously, I feel like creating that culture of support, it includes things like encouraging your team members to express empathy and understanding. So for situations like this that were happening, it's just encouraging that those team members to say, you know what, it could this could happen to anybody, you know.
Mhm.
So in that your team members have that understanding and seeing what these people are going through and having empathy for them would obviously reach a big long way. And then obviously implementing, you know, within these times, I did a lot of team building activities that foster a sense of unity and belonging for every single person. Because how I knew that they needed a lot more team building activities was when I started and I started doing the one-on-one coaching session. And I was like, what do you, and I kept asking every single person, what do you guys think is missing? And
Mhm.
everyone was like, it would be so nice if we can get together and just do activities just for fun, apart from work, work, work. But we just want to get together and do activities just to have fun. And every single person I spoke to told me that. So I was like, okay, so they want to have more team bonding activities. So what we now do is every Friday we literally we don't talk about work. In our meetings, we literally just have fun. We do fun games. Sometimes I could put on a Netflix movie. We could watch a movie together whilst we're working together. So you know, it's so fun, and it's like right that that activity on its own
Mhm.
builds that connection within the team, and it builds that team performance, because once a team is connected, that's how the team grows, right? And everyone is a lot more happier because there's that element of the team as well. And I also think, you know, and the last thing I'd also like to touch upon is setting realistic expectations and focusing on small achievable goals. And that involved me speaking to the stakeholders as well in regards to this respect. And it's like, you know what, you know, yes, you know, at the end of the day, we want to have a supportive working environment, but at the same time, we have to ensure that, you know, the goals that we set for these teams, these type of teams, sometimes it might be undoable because we have people in certain area of the world that don't have functionality like the others do, and it's not fair on those people. So we speak to HR, we speak to the stakeholders for them to have an understanding, and we got our project extended because I reached out to them, you know. So sometimes it's just about just reaching out to see what the stakeholders would say, what HR would say, and see if we can actually extend project deadlines as well to
Mhm.
help the team.
Mhm.
And the last
Exactly.
thing, like yeah, and the last thing I would like to touch upon is provide, you know, as a Scrum Master, providing that regular check-in and offering one-on-one support. So I do, you know, every 2 days, I'm always checking in on my teams, you know, every single person in my team, always checking in. And, you know, you get people, they're like, especially when they're not used to it, they're like, oh, what ticket do you need me to pick up? Or, you know, they'll be like, oh, I've done this already, don't worry, Connie. And I'm like, I'm not checking in on you because I'm trying to find out if you've done work. I'm checking in on you because I just want to see how you're doing, because I care about you, right? And they don't experience that often. And they're like, oh, thank you for checking in on me. And I do that at least once every 2 days just to make sure they're okay. And through that technique as well, you get to see who needs help, who needs support, who needs coaching, or who doesn't understand what they're supposed to be doing. So yeah,
So I love when you say, I care about you,
yeah,
because this is the point. And this is one of the three pillars of trust.
yeah.
Because in general, organizations are quite effective and efficient in fulfilling processes and contracts, but they are not really strong in walking the talk or being honest. So the people are really efficient on fulfilling contracts,
Mm-hmm.
but usually people don't have muscles to perform honesty.
Yeah.
And sometimes I really believe that people can smell fakeness.
Mm-hmm.
When you fake, they can smell it. And
100%.
and you can make the same questions from different stances, but if you are in a position when you think and feel, I care about you, I'm here to help you, I trust in you, and I'm here at your service. If this is your inner centricity, you will project that to the other people.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, if you do it with this compassion, it will be a total different energy and it will create openness. And of course, you need to be committed to really be an offer to the people.
Mm.
If not, you need to work on that.
Yeah. 100%. I agree with every single thing you said. My head can't from the nodding, my head keeps like I'm like my head is gonna
Yes,
fall off any minute.
I can
Because
feel
I
it.
keep nodding. Because
Yeah.
that is the truth, right? Being a Scrum Master, it really does go above and beyond facilitating. That's the tip of being a Scrum Master. There's so much more, but a lot of it has to do with your soft skills. Your soft
Mhm.
skills. You have to be able to communicate properly. You have to be able to listen it, actively listen to these people. And the thing is, when people see that they have a Scrum Master that genuinely cares about them,
Yeah.
you will be unforgettable. When I was doing my interview with my manager for this role, I'm like, I want to be the best. I want to be an unforgettable Scrum Master. He was like, wow. I'm like, yeah. And do you know how you become unforgettable? By caring about people. When you
Yeah.
care about people at work, because they don't get that often, they're like, wow, I had an amazing Scrum Master that genuinely cared about my welfare, about my family, and about how I'm doing, and about my mental health. Like, it's rare to find people like that. And this is why I say the Scrum Master role, it's way beyond just facilitating. You have to, at least quarter part of the role is just about your soft skills. And then the other
Yeah.
20 or 30% is the hard skills and all this stuff that you need to know, right? But most of it is the soft skills, because the thing is, as a Scrum Master, we have we don't have any authority over anybody. We're all equal, we're all in the team. But in order for the team to listen to you and listen to your advice and listen to your suggestions, you need to be influential. How can you be influential as a Scrum Master so you get listened to? If you do the first thing I said initially, if you care about each member of your team. The minute you care about each member of your team, they will feel like it's almost like they owe you to just listen to what you have to say. It's just out of respect, because this person shows me a lot of care. So out of respect, let me listen to her or let me listen to him and see what he has to say. And let's try, because Agile is about exploring, right? It's nothing is ever set in stone, but we explore to see what would work for us as a team and get that product or that project to done in a valuable way. So it's all about exploring. We explore and we just find out what works for us there. But the truth about the matter is, as a Scrum Master, you do need to care about your team and each member of your team. So
Wow. I want to tell you something,
mm-hmm,
if you allow me to make a statement.
mm-hmm,
Don't allow no one never to kill your passion. Don't allow anyone
mm-hmm,
to kill your motivation. Don't let them do it. Your passion when you talk is beautiful. It's amazing. You have a big heart and your pure generosity. And I think sometimes this is the issue, at least was my mistake in the past. And then when we lost this innocence, this
Hmm.
we lost ourselves.
Hmm. Hmm. That's very deep, Dan. That's so deep.
Be yourself, be honest, be real. When you focus only on process and methods and tools, we lost our humanity. And the main element of the Agile Manifest is individuals and interactions over processes and tools.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come back to our heart.
Yeah.
Be human. Be yourself. This would be my main focus. I think you need to find your own style. I
Right.
talk
Everybody
to
needs to
everybody.
find style, right?
Exactly. Don't fill in any model. To be yourself. If you don't fit in the place or they don't allow you to be yourself, just move on.
But this is
Search another
why,
work.
yeah, this is why I say the interviews for Scrum Masters are so important, right? Because I make sure I put it on my CV, big bold letters, people centric. People are the most important thing for me. So if your
Absolutely.
organization is not people centric, I don't want it. You know
Don't
what I
call me.
mean? So so exactly, and they don't call me. They're
Exactly.
like, no, we want someone who's more
Yeah.
strategic. Okay, cool, but I'm very very much people focused, people centric. So if that's not the route you and your organization plan to go down, I don't want it. Don't call me. I'm always saying this, even in interviews. I'm always like, so are you sure you guys are people centric? I just want to make sure, because and I tell them in interviews, this is my style. My style is I'm really focused on the people, because I
Yeah.
truly believe focusing on the people is what is going to get the work done, because it motivates, like, you
Exactly.
caring about people motivates them to get stuff done even. So I know for a fact, and theory and science is proving that
Yeah.
focusing on people and ensuring that people are good and happy, that motivates them to finish anything that they want to finish. And that's my style.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, tell me before I get into your organization. It's as
Don't
simple
lose
as
your
that.
time. Don't lose my time. Just
Yeah,
don't call. That's it.
simple as
So
that.
take a look on that. This is the source of your power as a Scrum Master, as a human being, but also as a Scrum Master. So this power you cannot find in any book.
Yeah.
You can only find it in yourself. And when you find it in yourself, you will be able to help your teams to also find their own power.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's so simple like that.
Simple.
It's so simple like that. We cannot empower people. People already have power. They are powerful human beings. How can I say
Yeah.
that will empower you? No, I will connect you with your own power. You already have it. You already have it. You are enough. You are ready.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the beauty. This is really the loving part of being a Scrum Master.
Fact that you can, and just going back on the subject, the fact that I have worked with people who lived in Ukraine, even people who lived in Turkey, because obviously Turkey just had that incident lately,
Yes.
and the fact that I do checkups on them. I mean, like I said to you, I do check up on everyone once every 2 days, but with the people in these countries, I check on them every day. And I'm checking on them every day because I just want to make sure they're okay and they've got someone here to talk to, and I do that, and they don't see it as a burden. They're like, and I think one of them said to me, Connie, I have never met any human being outside my country like you before. And I'm like, this is who I am, even in my personal life. I want to make sure every single person around me is good. Every single person around me is okay. And if not, I really want to know what I can do to help you to get okay. You know,
Great.
so coming back on the subject is just that pure empathy we need to show for people within those countries. That's
Beautiful.
it. Okay.
So I think we are almost out of time for the
Yes,
first chapter.
yeah. I do have some final words though.
So,
Mhm.
what do you take out from today's conversation?
I feel like these are my final words, right? As Scrum Masters, you know, our role extends beyond managing projects, right? It extends beyond managing projects to creating a nurturing and supportive environment for our team members. By acknowledging the challenges our Ukrainian colleagues face, you know, adapting our work and practices, you know, building a supportive environment, and just being ourselves and finding the style that works for us and our teams. I feel like by just doing all of that, there's a lot more we can do. But focusing on what I've just said, we can
Yeah,
help, you know, people within these countries and people within our teams, we can help them navigate through, you know, the difficult times that they go through, whether it's the war in their country or if they have a difficult project that they can't understand or they can't seem to keep going forward on. But just doing all of this, we can actually help them navigate through any difficult time at all. So,
yeah.
yeah, I would say to every Scrum Master out there, really do deep. Like, you know, it's not just about the event, it's not just about facilitating the event, but do
Mhm.
deep. Do check on your teams, check on your members, your team members once every 2 days, just to make sure they're okay. You know, make sure there's that safe environment, that psychological safe environment available. That, you know, yes, there's a psychological safe environment for the team, but make sure when you're speaking to your team members, there's also a psychological safe environment between you and that member. So when you guys are talking, they can be truly honest with you because they trust you, you know? So make sure you're creating psychological safe environments everywhere around you, even stakeholders. You could even speak to stakeholders that's outside your team, and you can find out stakeholders can be vulnerable sometimes and they can be honest and open with you because you just have that demeanor to actually make them feel safe around you. So just create that safe psychological safety environment around you so anybody can feel safe around you. So yeah, be yourself, look in your inner reason why you were from us in the first place and take that out again. And that's it from me.
Let me make a reaction on this.
Love her. Thank you.
Great, great words, great words, great words. Yeah, I think what I take for myself is your passion, your light, your strength, your commitment, and also the satisfaction to feel that this video will be useful for some, that we
Yeah.
may bring some light to someone's darkness. And then that really inspired me. So I know many people will not be ready to listen to this video, but many will. And for those who will like it, I think we talk to them.
Yeah. We're putting it out to the universe. The universe, I hope, I hope this video reaches the depth of hearts that really want to change and need this
Yes,
video at this moment. So I'll put that out to the universe, and the universe is going to do its thing. So if you come across this video or this podcast, it means the universe wants you to listen to it. So please listen. So yeah.
Great. So
Thank
thanks,
you guys.
thanks for the space, and thanks for the opening the topic and bringing your experience also.
No problem. I'm always here to help anybody who needs that help. So yeah, hopefully we can get to meet again in the next podcast.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you like this video and want to receive more new versions. And if you have some questions or topics for us, just bring on the comment section or just write us an email. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Connie.
No worries. Bye, Dan.